Hey y'all, and welcome to Cooking with PRTC. I'm Jason Cook, and usually I am behind the cameras, but today I am in front of it and I'm going to be doing something special. I'm going to be doing a Lowcountry Boil or Frogmore Stew or Beaufort Stew. So we're going to cook a little bit of that. So y'all stick with me, we're going to have some fun. Y'all come back. All right, welcome back. Again, my name is Jason Lee Cook. I'm usually behind the camera, but today I'm in front of the camera to bring you some Lowcountry Boil. We already got the water boiling, so as that's boiling, you can go ahead and put your seasoning. I'm using the Old Bay. Actually, I don't think there's any other seasoning for this. If you put any other seasoning, I don't think it's going to be the same. So, but you put some Old Bay. They make the bags as well, but I'm just using straight. Let me go ahead and open to the big side because we're going to make sure this thing's seasoned. Put that in there, let that come to a boil. There's really no measurement to it. It's really to taste on how much you like and how much you want. So once we get that to a boil, I'll put a little bit of kosher salt as well, because the Old Bay actually doesn't have salt in it. It has celery salt, but it doesn't have any actual kosher salt. So once we get that to a boil, then we can start adding our potatoes. And then we'll go from there with that. So we get the potatoes in there, but let's let it go ahead and boil. While that is starting to boil, you can cut your sausage, you can cut your corn up, clean your corn if you got fresh corn like I do right here. You don't cut the potatoes, usually you wouldn't. If you're using red potatoes, you can just throw those right in there whole. So, all right, so we're gonna go ahead and start, since I already got some of the sausage already cut up. Cut them up in about 2 inch size there. So. And depending on what kind of sausage you're using, if you're using this is the box one, or if you're using the package, just one length, then you can just cut it up. But just using about 2 inches, cut that, and you get about 3 out of one of those. So just do that. And some people may not want their sausage put into the bowl because they might not want it in the pot. So you can cook that on the grill as well. So that's kind of up to you. It's not a traditional thing, but it's good either way. So, and as far as the corn, cut this end off down here. Just get to the nitty gritty of it. Pull that right off the end. You can do it that way. Sometimes you can just break that end off and it'll pull the whole thing off. You still got those hairs left on there. So you can pull those off, carry it over to the sink and wash it off. I'll put in right here of me cleaning the ones earlier so you can see that's how it's done. All right, my hands off. The water isn't quite up the boiling point yet, but it depends on how many people you're feeding. So it just depends on how much water you can put in there, how much shrimp and potatoes and corn. So I just got a small one for today to show you how this is done. And then, but while that's doing that, usually what I do is I break the corn in half. You can cut it in half, that's up to you. But usually I just break it in half. So this is some fresh Lowcountry corn. So you got that all messed up. And you got that all in half, so that's ready to go. Like I said, the first thing we're gonna start with is the potatoes. Once we get this up to boil and to the boiling point. And just keep in mind, as you add things in there, you gotta let it cook to get it back up because you're putting colder things in there. So just keep that in mind. So once we get that up to a boil, we'll put everything in there. So yeah, stick with us. Alrighty, well, looks like our water is starting to boil. We've already gotten our seasoning in it, the Old Bay, and some salt. So we got that boiling right now. We're gonna go ahead and add the potatoes. We're gonna let the potatoes cook for about 15 minutes, and then we'll start adding other stuff. We'll add it 15 minutes, we'll add the sausage. Then we'll let that cook for about 5 minutes. Then we'll put the corn in, let that cook for about 3 minutes. Once that cooks, we'll add the shrimp. Leave the shell on the shrimp and throw them in there. Just tastes better, a lot less. You don't have to clean up and all that stuff. Let them do the work. So But anyway, we're gonna go ahead and add the potatoes. Now this water is boiling, so you could place them in there. You could put them on a spoon and put them in there. All depends on how you want to put them in there. Just don't want to drop them in there because they'll start splashing everywhere and get all burned up. I'm cooking inside here at the studio, but this is one thing that you can cook outside with your friends and family. As you're hanging out, you can be doing a tailgate and you can cook this. It's not a whole lot of cleanup and a whole lot of prep. Pretty much everything just comes the way it is, and you just have to cut the sausage and the corn up. The shrimp, you don't have to do anything except for wash it off. So in 15 minutes, we want to add some sausage in there and let that cook for about 5 minutes. So y'all stick with us. We're gonna take a quick break, and when you come back, potatoes will be ready. I'm going to add the sausage then, and then we'll go from there. So y'all stick with us. Come on back. Well, welcome back to Cooking with PRTC. And we already have our potatoes in the bowl, so we're letting that continue to boil. So in a few seconds, we're going to be putting our sausage in. Now we've let that cook for about 15 minutes already. So here in a second, I got my timer going. There it is. Stop my timer. All right, now I'm going to put my sausage in. I'm going to let the sausage cook for about 5 minutes. And again, you can put it in, just drop it in, or you can just put it in with a spoon. Guess it depends on how fast you want it in there, and put that in there. And again, you don't have to put the sausage in there if you don't want to. You can put it on the grill, but this is a traditional cook. So we'll mix those up a little bit. So we'll let that cook for about 5 minutes. Once that's done, we're gonna throw in our corn for another 3 minutes. All righty. Our sausage is done. And we'll add our corn in. Again, you can place it in there. Makes it easier. You can just drop it in there. Know how fast you want it to go. So there's our corn. That's fresh Lowcountry corn right there too. And that's some sweet corn. That stuff is good. All right, let that cook for about 3 minutes. Then you're gonna add your shrimp. The shrimp are ready to jump in, I tell you that. So I'm gonna just put the top back on it, let it cook for another 3 minutes. So. Y'all look at that. It's already looking good. We haven't even put the shrimp in yet. So it's been 3 minutes for the corn. And keep in mind, you don't have to overcook the corn, because if you overcook the corn, then it's not as good. If you keep it a little undercooked, you're gonna have that sweetness to it, and it's awesome. So, all right, the shrimp, we're gonna put in there for, a couple minutes, pretty much until it turns pink. Once it turns pink, then it's pretty much ready. You don't want to overcook your shrimp because it becomes rubber of that. So, and then you don't want to overcook your potatoes as well, because it becomes mashed potatoes. But either way, it's going to be good no matter what happens. So we're going to go ahead and put our shrimp in there and let them cook. Alrighty. Mix it in a little bit. And then once those shrimp turn pink, which usually takes about 1 to 2 minutes, depending on how big the shrimp. Those are some jumbo shrimp there, so it might take a little bit longer. So we'll let that cook for a couple minutes, and then I'm going to come back, plate this up, and I'm going to enjoy it. All right, well, welcome back. I've already plated this, so you can see all the shrimp, the corn, the sausage, and the potatoes, and it's ready to eat. Now, traditionally, if you serve this outside, you would put it on, you put newspaper down, and you put this lay it all out on there. So today I plated it like this for you to view it at least. So I'm going to enjoy it. I'm fixing to jump right into this thing. So, but again, my name is Jason Cook, and this is Cooking with PRTC. And hope y'all enjoy the Lowcountry Boil, Frogmore Stew, Beaufort Stew, whatever you want to call it. Hope you enjoy it. Y'all have a good one.